Hello, Blizzard fans! This is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Dawn and Walnut on Terraform, the latter edition. Hey, this is a high-level PvT, which should make some of my subscribers happy. I'm still trying to find a consistent high-level Terran player to submit replays to FalconPaladin. If you know anybody like that, then please direct them to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and I will make sure that there are high-level Terran replays and casts on my channel into the future. Alright, in the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Terran player. It is Dawn. And in the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Walnut. Alright, so Terraform's a fun base. You have this kind of general path right through the center here up to your opponent's natural. You have these other paths you can take, kind of that swirl around and around like a toilet. Or kind of like a hurricane. This is the eye of the hurricane right here. It's a very nice spot. But everywhere out here is crazy. They're hurricane force winds and gales and you'll die. So, bad times. Alright. So again, for those of you who have congratulated me on hitting 1,000 subscribers, thank you so much. I've really done a lot of work to get here, but the support of you guys is what's helped a lot too. All your likes, all your shares, all the subscribes that you've done to let your friends know what you're watching and that FalconPaladin is here. I really do appreciate it. You can also hit that share button to share your video specifically with the other people that you know, your other friends. You can post my videos on Twitter and Facebook and like Instagram. I guess you could do something like that. You can also share it on Twitter and Team Liquid. Those are good places that people go to find more Legacy of the Void stuff. And together we can grow the community and make it bigger and make the discussions in the videos that much more interesting. That's something that a lot of people have done recently. We've had a lot of back and forth about different topics like disruptors, discussions on whether it's even worth it to buy the beta and things like that. So I hope to be a good source, a good place for people to come for information about StarCraft 2, and the more people available, the better the discussions are. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share my things to Reddit and Team Liquid and Facebook and Twitter, and we'll get to that point where we're a huge community and everybody is happy, and that's it. That's pretty much the end game there. So here we are. Dawn is going for a factory, indeed, barracks into factory, fairly standard stuff. We have a Reaper. The Reaper expand against the Protoss player. Reapers are still good in Legacy of the Void. They pretty much fulfill the same role as they did in HOTS for that early harassment, early scouting. They're not super useful towards the mid to late game, but one or two in the beginning never hurt anyone. Here we come on in, and actually before the Mothership Core shows up, can we actually kill a worker? No. Good micro. Oh, but the probe does actually die. The Adept and the Mothership Core working to kill the Reaper, though, in revenge. So the Reaper gets a kill, but the Reaper ends up dead. Does get a pretty good scout off. I mean, I guess saw the Adept, recognizes, obviously, Walnut is going for Adepts because Walnut is a Protoss player and Adepts are good. But the expansion is coming up for Walnut as well, has finished, and the same thing for the command center there. Bunker for defense at the front door, obviously. And what's going on over here? Starport. So a bit of a 1-1-1 build with a command center thrown in there for Dawn. We are producing a Widow Mine. So I think this is going to be a defensive Widow Mine. I don't think Dawn's planning on being too aggressive here, especially with that bunker. The Widow Mine is here to take out any Adepts that try to come on up. The Widow Mine Sentinel missiles do, what is it, 135 versus shields. So 135 versus something that is shielded, and that's an Adept. Adept has 90 hit points with 90 shields, so 180 total. They don't think they actually one-shot Adepts, which is kind of crazy. Like, it's a tier 1, okay, tier 2 unit. You do have to have the Cyber Core. They can take a direct shot. So Stalkers have 160. Am I reading that wrong? Because I know Widow Mines do one-shot Stalkers. Oh, plus 35. So 125 plus 35. Oh, okay. So that's 165. Oh my gosh, math is hard. 160. Okay, so it is enough to one-shot a Stalker, but not enough to one-shot a Adept because they have 180 armor and shields there. So shields, armor, yeah. Alright, so we learned something there today. And we're actually being aggressive. We have 2 Widow Mines, we have the 2 Marines, we have 4 Marines in this bunker just to prevent any counterattacks, but we are boosting up with a medevac to get, I think, back here and try to kill some of these delicious probes. Dawn very interested in doing that. Warp Prism on the way. Walnut does love his Warp Prisms, I can tell you that. Here we come, and we're going to boost on in. I think there are Stalkers, though. They're ready for this, and dropping in with the Widow Mine. There's this burrow. Are we going to catch something? No! That Widow Mine actually dies to the Stalkers first. This guy ends up with 1 kill. Excellent response there from Walnut. And the medevac also going to die to the photon overcharge. A couple more shots. Can it escape? Oh, actually drop some Marines to draw the fire and keep the medevac alive. That's amazing. What are we doing to get rid of this Widow Mine is the question. We are producing an observer, but we are supply blocked. Walnut supply blocked, unfortunately for him. And this guy is going to get some shots off. And there we go. Oof. Does have 9 kills now. That's 8 probes. Did he get 8 probes in that hit? Wow, I think he did, and then he died. So he was alive just long enough to get 1 more hurrah in against Walnut, and that was it. So, wow, amazing, amazing. It is just a game of seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure what this medevac's doing, running around back and forth. I guess maybe a scouting medevac at this point, not holding anything. Kind of the purpose in the medevac's life is to transport and heal. Liberator's coming out now, though. I like the Liberator play from Dawn. You can see how effective they are against Protoss with the Defender mode. They do 85 damage in Defender mode, where it's just over here. It doesn't actually say that, but trust me, it's 85. Liberators in this mode cannot move, but I think if we set up... There's not really a good place to set up Liberators, maybe here, but I feel like Stalkers can kill them if they're sitting back here. So I'm not sure what they're up to, but Defenders, again, they do have the Liberator missile launchers, which is air-to-air, damage 7, attacks 2, and it does splash, which makes them good against Mutalisks, and they do have 0 armor when they first pop up. But they are pretty fast with a 4.72 move speed, making them some pretty quick air units. By contrast, medevacs have a 3.5 move speed without their boost. And here comes the Warp Prism Harass coming right on in. There is a missile turret, though. Look out. Oh, missile turret might actually try to kill this Warp Prism. It does manage to escape just barely, but the Adepts go into town on those workers, trying to kill the refinery at the same time. Nope, picks up and just gets on out of there. Walnut knows a good thing when he sees it. The Liberators are going to try to chase this down, but Warp Prisms are fast. Where's the speed on these? I can't see them because he's holding Adepts. Drop the Adepts. Drop the Adepts quick so I can see your speed. Nope, not going to happen. Medevac's going to see the exact timing on this third base for Walnut. And it's actually before the third base of the Terran player. So being pretty aggressive here is Walnut, the Protoss player. And where are the Liberators? I mean, maybe you want to defend. You're kind of worried about a repeat of that happening there. The number of SCVs that have died is 4. So Walnut is actually up 45 to 43 total workers right now, but here it is. Oh, Defender mode not needed here. The air-to-air only on the Liberators. Are we going to kill the Warp Prism? Couple more shots. And yes, the Warp Prism does die. The Adepts are going to try to kill what they can, taking down an SCV. Indeed they do. They're trying to stay out of range of Defender mode, I think, here. No, it's not researched yet. Oh no, they can't attack anything on the ground. All these SCVs are dying. The Adepts doing what they're supposed to do. The drop coming back in, trying to deal with them. The Adepts are pretty much stranded at this point, so they need to kill what they can because they're going to die no matter what. They're trapped behind enemy lines. They're trying to do as much damage as possible before they get taken down, using Sonic Transfer to possibly escape, though. I forgot about Sonic Transfer. How did I forget about Sonic Transfer? Killing what they can, and poof, gone. Oh, man, they're like ninjas. That was incredible play. Look at that. So 18 SCVs have died now. That is just huge, huge. Huge number of SCVs. Where is the upgrade for the Liberator? Defender mode. Because that is an upgrade, right? Because it's not available. Oh, now it is. Okay, so we already got it. Defender mode. We are not in Defender mode quite yet. They do have that single kill on the Warp Prism, which was nice. But this third base is up for Walnut. And Dawn really, really needs to take a third. These Adepts are just waiting for that to happen, though. And there it is. Command Center going to come up. The Adepts are like, you know what? Why don't you come up here and try to make a nice base for yourself, because I will murder you. Medevac's hanging out, just chilling with their boosters on hover mode down here in the bottom left. This base is completely undefended. I feel like a drop would be really effective at this point in time, but Dawn feeling a little bit maybe squeamish or worried about this attack, dropping and healing. Are we going to go for it now? We are. The army's moving out, though, and they might be able to defend this if indeed they will. There's a single cannon, but it's not ready yet. Are we just going for the third base? We are. We stem with a +1 attack on the infantry, and we're going to get the Nexus. It's just a matter if they can get out of there or not. The Nexus, it does actually fall. Force field's okay, but they do manage to slip out mostly. The Medevac's trying to pick up what they can and run. The Medevac's on that boost are doing pretty well with it. The Adepts come in for some more harass, but woo, they die immediately there. 21 SCVs have died, however, but losing the third base was massive for Walnut. That income, now we're long distance mining instead of happily mining here at a close nexus. I think Walnut maybe wants to go even the score. The third base is now up and running for Dawn. Oops, spending tabs up. We're getting Blink. We're getting more and more Liberators. Dawn playing this fairly well. I like the defender mode against the Protoss. You do one-shot... do we one-shot stalkers? No, two-shot stalkers. Don't really one-shot anything, to be honest. One-shot sentries. Okay, that's fair. But not zealots either. So here we come. Defender mode. Deploy defender mode. Defend something. There it is. There's defender mode. But you know what? Walnut says we're going to go up here and kill your base. We're not worried about this at all. We're going to stay outside your defender mode, kill what we can, and then go ahead and take care of your third, forcing your command center to lift off and head on back home. Not a good place. Not a good look for command centers, man. But here we come again. Are we going to deny the third base once more with the small infantry unit? I think we are. SCV long distance mining somehow is alive, staying outside of those circles. And yes, we're stimming again and trying to kill this base before it can even complete. I think we're going to get it too. The response is really slow and coming right now for Walnut. And yes, forces the cancel, going after the assimilator as well. With the soft contain, though, is Walnut, not allowing the Terran player to take the third base. And Adepts try to chase down these units, but they cannot fly, and they cannot attack flying units. So Adepts do have their limits, and their limits include not being able to kill medevacs. So just kind of bringing over more and more reinforcements. Are we actually going in there? Yes. Walking in there again. There's defender mode available. Oh, rah, rah, Zealots dying. Stimming forward again. Dawn is trying to break this contain, but I think maybe he needs to kind of leapfrog some of these Liberators up and make the circles extend farther out. Does that SCV live again? He's been long distance mining for a while. It's kind of hilarious, if we're entirely honest. Trying to boost in, but there are Adepts ready for that. That drop is completely shut down. Mothership Core out in the open, though. Oh, be so careful, Mothership Core. Okay, she lives. She manages to live. I don't think Dawn saw that. He might have been trying to micro this, taking out a forward pylon or a back pylon. Getting that, getting these long distance mining probes. That's a pretty nice area to mine right now. Adepts trying to deal with this pickup and boost. Dawn does not want to lose any units unnecessarily. This guy is amazing. He's taken shots and been long distance mining for like 5 minutes now, and just boosting up, loading up, going for drops, saying, all right, Walnut, you want to sit outside my front door? Oh, the SCV got killed. Then I will go drop you behind and kill your base again. This army looking pretty intimidating. Is that +2? Yep, Terran weapons level +2. A Tempest on the way for Walnut as well, saying, all right, no third base. I have the Terran player contained. Third command center being built, though. And he has another one here just kind of floating. Might as well land it and make an orbital, I guess, at this point. I don't know. Here comes a huge swell of bio units for the Terran, though. Oh, and there's the recall back home. Lift up, boost off. That's exactly what Dawn wanted to happen. Now we can take our third base. We don't have to worry about the army sitting on our front door. Tempest trying to go home all by its lonesome. So sad. It's like, hey guys, why didn't you bring me with you when you recalled? And I think he was probably outside of the area that actually got recalled, if that makes a lot of sense. Trying to drop here just right on top of these Adepts with a cannon, though. Pretty scary stuff. Hallucinated Phoenix taking out this medevac, and the cannon might actually kill it. Nope. Does manage to escape there. Hallucinated Phoenix play, very, very good. And now here come the Disruptors. Walnut saying, all right, you're going to go bio. I will go Disruptor, because Disruptors do 145 damage with their Purification Nova ability, and nothing in your army has 145 health. So they will get one shot to death. Another attack here with Adepts. Trying to kill stuff here in the main base, and Dawn is not really leaving any defensive units, if we're honest. Ooh, I like the Ghost Academy, though. That's pretty nice. Getting concussive shells kind of late at this point, and trying to take down what we can. The Adepts are taking out SCVs left and right. Again, not pulling. There's a Zealot in here as well. All of these SCVs are going to die. Just going for it, though, is Dawn. Taking down this base that is fully mining, ends up completely dead. Defender mode is here, though, sniping down everything. Look at how everything is melting to these defender mode attacks. 85 damage per hit. Wow, and forced to back out. Dawn does not want to get into that, although the Tempest doing extra damage to these Liberators. Liberators forced to pull up, get out of there once more. They're going to throw down defender mode at the top of the ramp. I don't know if that was the greatest place for it, but doing okay. Another defender mode possibly. No, they're going to go right after the Tempests. Is that going to happen? Nope. Liberator is not great against Tempests. Ending up dead as well. Boosting up, picking up, running out to the top of this area. The Liberators are sniping down some units, getting a worker there, but Liberator ends up dead. Tempest out in the middle of nowhere, completely destroyed. This attack was cleaned up eventually, but man, it's not very good for Dawn at this point. 41 SCVs have died to 34 probes for Walnut. Ooh, that Tempest is such a juicy target. Are we going to turn and get it? No. Walnut says, I'm going to go back home. I want to kind of lick my wounds, reestablish what the heck I'm trying to do here. Dawn has so much gas, 2,000 gas in the bank. What does he need to do is the question. Templar Archives on the way. We are getting shields or ground armor. Level 2 for the Protoss as well, which is good for him. And 4th base, basically. Even though this base I don't think is going to be rebuilt, there's just not really enough resources here to make it worth it. Well, there's a lot of gas. I guess there's some minerals, but no. Walnut doesn't want to take it. Coming through again. This Warp Prism is very gutsy. Dropping units left and right. They're dying, but they are distracting to Dawn, and that's exactly what we want to do if we're the Protoss player. Warping in more and more Zealots on top of everything. Getting that extra supply depot, and we're going to burn it down. Dawn does drop down to 196 supply. Can we drop here? We can. Nothing defending here as well. Try to build a missile turret at the last second. You cannot instantly build a missile turret, though. I'm sorry, Dawn. Not going to happen for you. Zealots, again, forcing a retreat. Coming up here, stimming, going for it is Dawn. The force fields are good, trapping a lot of these bio units here. Does snipe down the 3rd base, though. Picking up, going out. Man, what a game at this point. So many bases have been killed. So many armies have been lost. But the mobility here of Dawn is on display. Trying to get into the main base. Taking some shots from the cannons, though. A little bit scary. And again, the Tempest's trying to kill things at the same time. I think they're going to discover this Nexus, though, and might try to drop and kill it very, very quickly. Can we do it? No, Dawn does not want to do that at all. Walnut's army looking pretty darn hefty. More Liberators in production, though. I think maybe Vikings would be a better answer to these Tempests. Yeah, we're going to go for this Nexus. Stimming on in, and there it is. The bio units with the +2 attack do take care of that Nexus, and then they pick up and boost out. Is that what they're trying to do? No, they're stimming and running. The stim is worn off. Now they're a little bit more slow. Yeah, now they're picking up and boosting and trying to get home because Walnut is trying to end this game right now. Oh, taking out a medevac. I'm not sure how many units were in that medevac. Another one dies. Yikes. Yeah, the army is looking really intimidating right now for Walnut. He doesn't have any mining bases at this point, but he says, you know what, I'm going for it. These SCVs trying to retreat. Do any of them survive? No, no mercy from Walnut. Burns every single one of them down. This base is up and running. Command center forced to retreat. There are some bio units here and a missile turret, but I don't think they're long for this world at all. Nope, all those guys end up dead. The missile turret getting some shots off. Does take out the observer. That was nice. Long distance mining going on for Walnut. Does not have enough money to rebuild a Nexus. Not a great spot to be in at all. The medevac's limping back home. They are super low on health. This Liberator bio army defending the production facilities. They probably should be defending this if they could. Oh no, more SCVs dying. They're trying to retreat out of there, and 4 of them do survive. Taking out yet another command center. The Vikings are being pumped 2 at a time right now, though, by Dawn. He wants to be able to deal with these 3 Tempest, and then I think maybe come in with the Liberators. I really don't know. Another small group of bio taking out individual pylons, trying to supply block Walnut. That's not going to happen for a while, though. Getting these long distance workers would be good. The Archon, though, does have +3 attack. Landing here with 3 Marauders and a Marine. Is that enough to kill? No, the Marauder gets sliced down immediately. The Marines forced to pick up at the same time, and going for it, though, is the Protoss player, sniping down everything here in the 2nd base. Supply depots, refineries, SCVs are not safe. Dawn, not quite sure if he wants to engage yet. How many Vikings does he have? Walnut moving up this ramp. The Vikings coming from the left side, trying to take out the air units. Defender mode going down. So many units on the ground are going to die here. Vikings sniping down Tempests, trying to deal with the damage from the ground. Not quite sure how they want to do this. Defender's advantage is really right there right now. Taking down 1 more Oracle. Can they get, or 1 more Tempest rather? Yes, there's a single Tempest left, and there are still a couple Vikings here. I think 2 Liberators as well. Dawn, 59 supply. Walnut, 74 supply. Nobody getting any money at this point right now whatsoever. Walnut almost has enough to make another Nexus. This is edge of your seat action, ladies and gentlemen. This base is here. It is mining. Production tab, though, shows nothing at all whatsoever. Where are the rest of the SCVs. Dawn has 5 SCVs. Here they are. Now they're transferring all 4 of them. Going for it, though. Here we are meeting in the middle of the map. The Vikings and the Liberators trying to take down those Tempests and then throw down some lockdown. There it is. Defender mode is up and running, forcing a retreat of Walnut's units and taking out the second Tempest. Defender mode again, taking out individual Zealots. Moving just outside defender mode range, though, is Walnut, trying to stay alive as best he can. A single Liberator here with 3 kills. It is 34 to 56 supply. Walnut is able to establish this base, but not for long. Are these probes going to die? Dropping behind the mineral line, killing 1, killing 2 probes. Going again, trying to kill this Nexus. More probes coming in are dying. No, probes, get out of there. Run for your lives. Ugh, another probe ending up dead. This base, I don't know if it can be saved. From the back side, though, is Walnut, trying to kill what he can, but abusing the ability to drop. Here is Dawn, stimming, using the +2 Marauders to take out this Nexus. If he can get it, forces the cancel. Zealot dies as well. All these probes try to come in for a surround, but the medevacs trying to get out of there as well. Can they boost out? They can. They're boosting out of there. Where's that Liberator? Did it die? Yes, the Liberator is completely dead right now. There are 9 Marauders on the field right now for the Terran player. The fake out, this Marauder does have 2 kills, but it's not long for the world. Does get exploded. Its blood remains on the ground. Replanting the Nexus, though, is Walnut. So feeling okay about things. Saying, all right, I still have the money. I still got 300 minerals back, so I can replant my Nexus. Still has 19 harvesters, but again, here we come. The army out of position. This base under siege by Dawn with a bunch of Marauders who do so well against buildings. The army going to come up and get rid of this tiny little army, I have to imagine, unless they're distracted, forcing the cancel again. All these probes are getting massacred. Walnut is down to 14, 13, 12, 10 workers. The army comes back again saying, all right, I'm going to try to head you off, and oh, a couple shots does get one of the medevacs. Great pickup. There are only 4 Marauders on the map now. Amazing play there by Walnut. Good game sense, recognizing where that medevac was going to go. Medevac coming in again, trying to find things to kill, find stuff to do. Walnut is limping, but so is Dawn, limping so much. Production looking okay at this point, but this army down here, I think, nope, here they are. The army trying to defend the production structures again. And I don't think Walnut knows about this base. He doesn't. Walnut does not know about Dawn's secret base to the south of the map. He's going to try to come here and kill these buildings that he knows about. I don't think this army can hold it. Can hold the top of this ramp. Production tab, again, completely empty at this point. Orbital command might be a good investment here for Dawn. No, planetary fortress. He wants this base to survive. He doesn't need it to produce all that much. Observer comes in, sees exactly what's going on. Walnut immediately reacts, saying, all right, I know where the base is. I can kill it. He's replanting his own Nexus. This is looking really good for the Protoss player. Walnut is going for it. Dawn says, why am I not being attacked? Oh no, it's because we found the secret hidden base. The SCVs are trying to run for their lives. They do manage to run, but the Archons are going to burn down this command center very quickly after the kill. Every single SCV that Dawn did not completely run away. Another stim here, though, trying to go after this Nexus. The Immortal does end up dead. Pretty good micro. Command center does fall to the ground, bleeding, probes dying left and right. There are 6 probes left now for Walnut, down to 4, down to 3 total probes, but Dawn has no SCVs. No SCVs and no command centers with which to build another one. He's trying desperately to kill this. Dawn, however, is being revealed. I don't know if this Marauder DPS is enough to kill this before the army arrives. Medevac tries to get out of there, but ends up dead. The Marauders trying their very best. Zealots slashing them from behind. The Archons come in and finish them off. And that's it. Walnut calls the GG. Dawn saying, I can do this. Dawn saying, I have a medevac. I have units. Don't fly over those Archons. Doesn't fly over the Archons, but does get spotted by the Archons. Oh no, getting chased. Stalker giving chase as well, blinking right underneath, boosting up. The medevac needs to stay alive. That's what it needs more than anything else at this point, is to stay alive. Don't fly over that cannon. Don't do that. Small group, 2 Marauders, 3 Marines. Is it enough to kill this Nexus? Not with Archons guarding it. I really don't think it is. Are we going to be able to get this photon cannon? Indeed we do. And the army responding, but leaving some Archons behind. Sacrificial Marine there. Another Archon shows up. Walnut's saying, get out of my house. Dawn saying, please. Oh, splitting up, but I don't think it's enough. And these Marauders are going to die. They are being separated. Oh, actually getting the Archon. The army trying to kill all of the units by itself. Stimming, killing a Zealot. And I think we might pick up and run. Nope, standing for it, then picking up, boosting on out of there, and that's it. Dawn has left the game. Walnut is victorious at the 24-minute mark. And Dawn has left. So, wow, one of the better PvTs I have ever seen on my channel. Just non-stop back and forth action. Walnut looking good, then losing bases, then Dawn losing bases. And Liberators looking so great until they all disappeared. And maybe Tempest are the answer. And I just don't know what this says about the current state of the beta, but I hope it told you something. So, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today. As always, you can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, you take care of yourself.